Wilson approached Claire Daly and Mick Wallace, and then they approached myself and Luke Flanagan. The whistleblower said the penalty point abuses were the visible tip of the iceberg of possible malpractice and possible corruption within sections or elements of the An Garda Síochána. They have not only been vindicated in what they raised about penalty points to the Garda Inspector report, but also, I believe, the wider and indeed more serious issues which have come to light in the past 15 months or so and will come to light in the next period of time. From very bad experiences, very good things can come from things as well. But there's points to be made here about the cases that we have heard from individuals and families of the experiences they've had by the hands of a section of the Garda Síochána. It will make the hair at the back of your head stand on end. They are frightening. You'd swear you're reading them from a nightmare book from some of those accounts. But the good thing that came from that and has come from that is that you now have all those isolated people who couldn't see beyond the four walls of their home have begun to get organised and have set up the Justice for All campaign, where they can actually work together and raise their issues and call for justice in the longer term. I want to thank Minister Shatter and ex-Commissioner Callanan for doing some service to the state. They could have welcomed the actions of the whistleblowers and then quietly buried the penalty points with the O'Mahony whitewash. Instead, in their arrogance, Chair, they attempt to denigrate and discredit the whistleblowers and elected public representatives who raised these important questions. Their dismissive, sneering attitude led them into a monumental cock-up which exposed serious issues within An Garda Síochána. Not just Minister Shatter, who should take responsibility, he's been fully supported in his approach up to today by the Taoiseach and members of the Cabinet. Labour members of the Cabinet had nothing to say for 15 months on this issue. They found their voice only after Minister Varadkar Fairplay raised the issue last week and said that these men should be classed as distinguished, not as disgusting. We then had 45 days of Labour ministers all over the media saying that it would be helpful if former Commissioner Callanan and Minister Shatter corrected the records of the Dáil. But since Monday, we're back to the same old, the silence of the lambs, not a whisper from them. Minister Shatter's head over heels about turn in the Dáil today is to be welcomed, but we cannot have the confidence in a minister who handled this issue in the way he has for the last 15 months. He should do the decent thing now and follow ex-Commissioner Callanan. The last point I want to make here was last July there was an opportunity to deal decisively with these issues and to put accountability and oversight of the Garda Síochána on proper footing. This was the Garda Síochána Amendment Bill 2013, moved by Deputy Wallace with support of the technical group. And this called for the establishment of the Garda Síochána Independent Board with monitoring, supervisory and oversight functions over Garda Síochána. That this would be an important step in strengthening the democratic accountability of Garda Síochána, which is necessary to promote public confidence and trust in the force. Also, it stated the independence and impartiality of the Garda Síochána Ombuds Commission would be strengthened by amending the Garda Síochána Act 2005. Very, very important, a very, very important bill that was absolutely dismissed by the government benches in this House. Absolutely dismissed. And now we're back to a situation where the government are now calling for an independent police and Garda Síochána board. I'm going to repeat, just to finish, the point I've raised by this Dáil a number of times. By international standards, we do not have here in Ireland a corrupt Garda force by any means. Those of us who have raised and pursued these issues, we do so on the basis that all state agencies have to be fully accountable to best serve the interests of the public and those who work in these services. And that's the reason why this is an important and has been an important issue over the last number of months. I was just talking to former Garda John Wilson on Monday when he left the hospital, and I do wish him well, and I'm sure everyone here in the Chamber wishes him well in his fight against his illness. But he did say that at the end of the day, at this point, any apology from former Commissioner Callanan or the Minister Shatter, he felt would correct the Dáil records, but he felt was not going to be done in the true sense of an apology. And he feels, like many thousands of people out there in the streets, that Minister Shatter should go.
Thank you, Deputy.